Hey guys, welcome to Makeup Simplified. In this video today, I am going to show you how I created this look using only affordable products. So follow along. So for the base, I'm actually going to be using just the e.l.f. Concealer. My shade is medium neutral. Since we're using it as a base, we want to put just a tiny bit of it, okay? And my favorite concealer brush by Zoeva is what I'm going to use to kind of just spread the product. So for this look today, I am using these e.l.f. bite-size eye palettes, and this is $3 only, and you won't believe how pigmented the shades are. Like, I want to show you. Like, look at that. I mean, how amazing are these colors, really? Palette is called the Bite Size Hot Jalapeno. Okay, so I'm going to be using this shade, the one right next to the darkest one, and I'm going to be applying it on the outer corner. So I'm following this new technique of dabbing the eyeshadow instead of rolling the brush and trying to blend it. It seems to work perfectly, especially for darker eyeshadows like greens or burgundies, maroons. It's really good for those. Every time I'm picking some color from the palette, dabbing it on the outer corner, and then as the product reduces on the brush, I bring it inwards. So whatever remaining product I have on the brush, I bring it inwards. And this prevents too much color from spreading on the entire lid, and most of the color stays saturated on the outer corners. And next I'm gonna go with this shade. The pigmentation on these eyeshadows is so amazing. Like, usually with shimmer, I was a little bit skeptical, like if it's gonna show up the way I wanted to or no. But wow. So the first time I tried it, I was so impressed by it that I got in all different kinds of shades in it. Like, they have all these $3 four color ones, and the formula is so great that even like some of the high-end brands are not this pigmented. And it's not just pigmented, but it's also highly blendable. Like, see how well it like just melts into each other. So as you can see, I've applied that light green shade starting from the darker green shade, and slowly I'm transitioning it inwards. When I'm applying, I'm realizing that they are very creamy and like it doesn't feel powdery on my skin. It feels more like I'm applying some kind of liquid eyeshadow. For the inner eye corners, I'm using the gold shade to highlight, and I'm using that same shade on top of the lid too. They feel very buttery, and I would highly recommend these even for like some dramatic looks you want to create. What I'm going to do next is important. I will be using this darkest shade. And using a slanted brush, I'm applying it as if I'm applying an eyeliner. So I'm staying very, very close to my upper lash line and just applying a very thin line. I'm gonna just buff out the margins. For this, you could either use a transitional color or just, use a clean, fluffy brush and just smooth out the margins. Okay, time for the brows. I am going to go in with the NYX Professional Brows. And my shade is ash brown in this. I'm gonna go back to my eye makeup really soon, but before that I'm gonna do a little bit more of my face makeup. For the primer, I'm using the e.l.f. Putty Primer in Luminous. So I'm gonna take some of it with a spatula and then warm it up, spread it out, and then start applying. Now, since it's a festive look, I'm actually going for the Luminous because I want a nice glowy base. And after that, I'm going with the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. I'm applying it on the areas that I want highlighted, so that's gonna be here and here. And I'm applying it beforehand, so I'm not gonna be doing any highlighting afterwards. And this would make it more wearable, like if you wanna do, if you want to highlight your face for everyday use and you don't like that, you know, the highlighter stays on top like this, you could do this. Like, it looks like you're glowing from within. Next, I'm applying the LA Girl Pro Conceal in shade orange. Is the orange corrector?
I'm applying it anywhere I can see gray shadows, such as around my mouth, around my nostril, and under my eyes.
I like to color correct just to cover any gray areas, because when you put concealer on top of this, the face looks evened out. Otherwise, you can still, even with concealer, you can have some gray areas that look a little different than the rest of your face. I've become a fan of e.l.f. products because this concealer by e.l.f. in shade medium neutral is the most amazing concealer. It's the hydrating camo concealer. It has the one, it's very actually comparable to the Tarte Shape Tape.
So if you're looking for a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, this is it.
I'm gonna do my eyes first and then I'll move on to the rest of my face.
So with this brush, I'm getting a more of a full coverage concealing. So if you're looking for a full coverage, this brush works really well. The bristles are close together and they are in a dome shape, which helps in even distribution of the product with a very, very full coverage. For around the face, you could either use a dome-shaped buffing brush like I'm using, or you could also use a beauty blender. Now, you could also do the concealer step after the foundation. I just prefer doing it before so I can get whatever areas I need to cover beforehand.
And now I'm going in with the foundation. It's my favorite drugstore foundation, NYX Born to Glow foundation. I have not used e.l.f. foundation, so let me know in the comments if you have tried e.l.f. foundation and you like it. This NYX foundation it's a naturally radiant foundation, so it has a glowy finish to it. And remember, less is more when it comes to foundation, so start in thin layers. And you know, you always have the option to build up, but if you apply too much, to take it off, it's a hassle. And now I'm going to go with the e.l.f. Halo powder, and always swirl your powder in the lid so you're not picking up too much. This is a talc-free setting powder.
I'm not doing any baking with this, but I'm just applying it under my eyes and around my mouth to kind of set the makeup in those areas where they're more likely to crease. I'm using the NYX Dewy Setting Spray for this step.
And I'm going to use a beauty blender to kind of just set everything up. And I'm going to just bronze up my face because I don't want to do the whole contour. This contour by L'Oreal, the Lumi Bronze It, is so pigmented. Like, beautifully pigmented.
As with any makeup product, you want to start using little by little and build up the intensity to your liking.
For this step, I'm using the e.l.f. Putty Blush. This is the color Bali Sands. I think it might be a little bit too dark brown for me, but I'm going to try it on. So because it's a little dark, I'm actually using just a fluffy brush for it. Ideally for cream products, I would not necessarily use this. I just want to avoid any excess color. So I actually ran out of my drugstore mascara, which is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. It's my favorite mascara to use. So I'm using actually a non-drugstore mascara right now, but it's okay. And then I'm going to finish my lower lash lines. We will be using the same palette, and I will be using this color and this color, so let's use a combination of the two and go over the lower lashes.
For this step 2, I'm using a slanted brush, and that kind of makes it easier to apply it, and you're able to see where you're applying the eyeliner or where you're applying the eyeshadow as well.
going to smudge it. And I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara on the lower lashes as well.
This helps to open up your eyes so much.
And finally, I have the Maybelline New York Matte Stay Liquid Ink, or Liquid Matte Ink. This is the color Amazonian Woman, and it's a beautiful, beautiful warm nude shade.
It is a mattifying lipstick, but it has got some emollients in it, which helps to keep your lips so hydrated, and it looks good even for hours after applying, and it doesn't make your lips chapped or dry at all. You could use a lip liner over here to shape your lips, but I'm just using the wand to kind of shape the Cupid's bow.
And I'm going to finish up a little bit more gold on the inner corner of my eyes, just because I love this gold shade. So beautiful. And my favorite drugstore eyelashes are the Argelo Wispies, so I am going to be applying these ones, the Demi Wispies. So I'm wearing this gorgeous outfit that will look so pretty for like cocktail party or any festive events that you may have. And then I'm gonna just put a little bit of highlighter right here. So what I wanted to show in this video is that you don't need really pricey products to get like beautiful looks. And you know, nowadays all these drugstore brands are doing such a great job of their formulation, and they're literally, like I said, you know, like this is a $3 eyeshadow palette, and just look at the effect it has created.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and press the bell icon for notifications. And I will see you next week with some more exciting new content.